Hello and welcome back to the Flying Scotsman FM channel. Today I've brought you something slightly different. For the first time on the channel, I am bringing to you a tactic that I have made myself. I actually just threw this tactic together just about an hour ago before I recorded and before we simulated the season. So we will just quickly talk through it. I've named it the Lightning 4-2-3-1. Not got any idea why, other than I want it to be a fast-paced attacking tactic. That's the only real reason for calling it Lightning, to be honest. So just take a quick look at the shape. It's a 4-2-3-1. Two fullbacks on attack. The only thing I have changed is I have added cross aim to the centre for both of them. Two central defenders on defend and a sweeper keeper on support make up the defensive unit. We have a ball-winning midfielder on defend alongside a Mazzala on attack. And then the three attacking midfield slots, we've got a winger on the right-hand side in attack with cross-aim centre again. An advanced playmaker on attack in the middle. An inverted winger on attack on the left-hand side again with cross-aim centre. With a poacher up front with shoot more often as the only additional instruction. So the idea here is in the attack, the Mazzala will push on up alongside the winger and the advanced playmaker, and it will effectively make a 4 because the inverted winger will come in and cut in here as well, meaning that there will be 4 players directly behind the poacher, and in the case of Manchester City, it'll be obviously Haaland up front. So the idea is that these 4 players directly behind Haaland will just feed balls into him, and he will hopefully score a ton of goals and win us numerous trophies across the season. So looking at the actual instructions, we're going with a positive mentality. In possession, we are going to be playing out of defence. We're going to play down both flanks, just get the ball down the sides, try and get it then crossed into the box, whipped crosses into Haaland in the middle. And we're also going to play at a higher tempo because we've got the players that they are fit enough, they will be able to play at a fast tempo without any problems. In the transition, we're going to distribute it out to the flanks. So again, getting it wide out to the left and the right for the attacking fullbacks and the midfield 4 just behind Haaland. We are also going to counter and counter press as most big teams do these days. And out of possession, going to have a higher defensive line. Again, we've got the players for it. They're fit, they're fast, they can play the high defensive line and get back and cover when needed. We're going to be a high press as well, just keeping the pressure on the opposition defence as much as possible. We're going to trigger that press much more often and prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. So that's how the tactic looks, and for today we are testing this obviously with Manchester City, but we're also testing it with Paris Saint-Germain and also Salford, sorry. So we will now go forward to the end of the season and just see how each of these 3 clubs gets on with this tactic. Here we are at the end of the season, and we will start this roundup off with Salford. So as you can see on the competition screen here, they have finished second in the Sky Bet League 2, winning promotion to League 1. In the Emirates FA Cup, they lost out in the first round to Colchester United. The Carabao Cup, they lost out in the first round to Hartlepool, and they were knocked out in the Northern section second round by Man U's under-21s in the Papa John's Trophy, unfortunately. So we'll take a quick run through the schedule, just see if we can see any notable results before going into the squad and just seeing how the squad performed as a whole. So from starting the season off, we can see the 2 losses in 2 of the cups here, but a decent run in the league up until losing to Northampton in October. Again, a lot of greens, and then from the end of October just into November, it starts to kind of tail off a bit. With a draw to Leyton Orient in the league, FA Cup loss to Colchester, losing again to Wimbledon in the league, getting battered by Colchester at home, unfortunately, drawn with Carlisle, and then the loss to Manchester United's under-21s. But then from December, it seems to pick up again, and from there, it looks like we only lost 2 more games right up to the end of February, and could we make it until the end of the season? We can. From the turn of the year, we only lost 2 games one away at Bradford City on the 1st of January, and then once at the end of February against Mansfield. But from there, look at his run here that's cemented promotion. Very good season indeed. And we'll just take a look. The main goal scorer for the season was Elliot Simoes, although with only 13 goals and not many there, I don't think that can be right. What I'll do is I'll actually look and see if there was another goal scorer. What am I looking for here? Player overview. I'll find it. Laurent Tolage. He was on loan from Brighton. That's why we are not getting to see that here. But he was on loan to Salford last season. So as you can see, in 42 games, he scored 43 goals in all competitions. So it does look like funneling the ball through to the striker does get goals in this tactic. As you can see, he does look like a reasonable prospect. And he will have been very, very good for a League Two side. We'll go back to the squad and we can see Simoes. Unfortunately, I am terrible with pronunciations. Got 13 goals. Callum Hendry got 10, and then from there the goals were kind of spread out into the low single digits. Assists-wise, Odin Bailey, who will have played one of the attacking midfield roles, 13 assists. Elliot Simoes again, just likes me saying his name so I can mispronounce it, 10 assists, and then from there again, just a lot of different players chipping in with assists. So overall, it does look like it was a good season for Salford with this tactic. Again, look at the league table, 26 wins, 16 draws, and only 4 defeats. Now we will take a look at PSG and just see how they got on. Look at the squad here first. And Kylian Mbappe, with 49 appearances, scores 63 goals and manages to provide 9 assists. Neymar with 20 goals and Messi with 20 goals. Pablo Sarabia, who will have been playing one of the main roles up front, with 11 goals with his 14 assists. And it does look like a lot of players have also managed to get double-digit assists, with Verratti with 10, Sarabia and Soler both with 14, Messi with 16 and Neymar with 16. So you'll not be surprised to know that PSG have won the league. It is a bit of a given. Kylian Mbappe with 50 league goals in the season, a very, very good return for him, and Neymar with 15 assists in the league. We'll just take a look at the overall competitions. So, Champions League, where did they come? As you can see, there's a bit of a spoiler there because you can see that Man City were in the final. And PSG, if I am missing something, I think they might have been knocked out in the... No, what have I missed here? Yeah, sorry, there they are. They lost out to Atletico Madrid on penalties in the last 16. The Coupe de France, they lost in the 10th round to Stade Rennais, and they won the Trophée des Champions as well. But yeah, as you can see, a bit of a spoiler because you can see Man City made it to the Champions League final. But we will now go on and see the main team that I created this tactic with, Manchester City, and see exactly how they got on. So, started the season off runners-up in the FA Community Shield. Carabao Cup, lost in the third round to Wolves. The Emirates FA Cup, they got knocked out in the quarter-finals by Aston Villa. They lost the Champions League in the final to Barcelona. However, Erling Haaland scored 26 goals in the Champions League that season. That is absolutely phenomenal. And then in the league, they have finished 10 points below Liverpool. But as you can see, Erling Haaland has scored 73 goals. Absolutely obliterating Dixie Dean's record for Everton. Absolutely smashing that. So with those goals, I think it's safe to say Haaland must have scored over 100 goals this year. There it is. So in this tactic, Haaland has started 56 games, and with an XG of 75 goals, he has managed to score 106 goals, while providing 5 assists. So he has been directly involved in 111 goals for Man City this season. And if we just take a quick look, did he take a lot of penalties? He scored, where are we? He scored 12 penalties, so of all of his goals, 94 goals this season for Erling Haaland did not come from the penalty spot. Now, having a look as well, so after Haaland, you only need to drop 95 goals to get to Phil Foden, who was the second top goal scorer, with Bernardo Silva on 10 and Kevin De Bruyne on 10. Then again, a lot of goals just spread out through the rest of the team. Assist-wise, Bernardo Silva with 21, Phil Foden 19, Riyad Mahrez with 16, Jack Grealish with 13, Kevin De Bruyne with 13. So, unfortunately, despite the fact that Haaland has scored 106 goals this season for Manchester City, absolutely smashing all records possible, Manchester City have ended the season trophyless. As well as being trophyless, they are 10 points behind Liverpool. We'll just actually take a look at this and see. So they lost Community Shield 1-0. Some big results here. They beat Barcelona 5-3 in the group stage of Champions League. Haaland with 4 goals. They absolutely smashed Chelsea 5-0. Haaland with a hat-trick. And they then went on Salzburg 3-2 in the Champions League. Fenerbahce 2-1 in the Champions League. They beat Fenerbahce 5-0. Haaland only with 2 that occasion. Nottingham Forest 5 goals. Haaland getting 4. They beat Liverpool 5-2. Haaland scoring all 5. They beat Salzburg 5-0. Haaland only getting 2 that time. They beat Wolves 5-0. Haaland scoring 4. Lost 4-1 to Barcelona there. And then we all saw that they did lose out in the Champions League final as well. Goals kind of dried up a little bit here, so I'm maybe going to guess. No, Haaland did score there. I was going to say maybe he wasn't playing. 4 goals for Haaland against Bournemouth. Another 4 against Norwich here. 2 against QPR. 5 against Aston Villa. Against Wolves, only the 2. Lost 5-2 to Juventus in the first round of the knockout stage of the Champions League before winning the second leg 5-2. Haaland scoring 4 goals and winning penalties. That's absolutely unbelievable. Going out in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup on penalties. Again, look, Atletico Madrid 6-2, Haaland with a hat-trick, and then beating them 3-2 in the return leg with 2 more goals from Haaland. 5-2 against Leicester. Haaland only got 1. That must be his worst return of the season. And then he got a hat-trick against Palace. He then scored 4 against West Ham. A hat-trick against AC Milan. 2 goals away at Stamford Bridge. 2 goals away in Milan. And then none in these final 2. And then he scored in the Champions League, but unfortunately they were beaten. So as you can see, this tactic has turned Haaland into an absolute monster. He is already an absolute monster in Football Manager. You routinely see him scoring 50, 60, 70 goals a season, but I have never seen him score 106 goals. So that's the tactic there. That seems to be the team that's been the most used by the Flying Scotsman in this experiment. If you're wanting this tactic, I can upload it somewhere and you can download it, or if you just go back to the start of the tactic, you can just, slow it down and pause it and you can start inputting all the details yourself. But there you go, that's been my own tactic, Flying Scotsman FM. Unfortunately, no trophies for Man City despite 106 goals from Erling Haaland. However, Salford got promoted with 42 goals, I think it was, striker, and PSG won the league. Again, a lot of goals from Mbappe, but they are expected to win that. Anyway, this has been the Flying Scotsman FM. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment down below how you think this tactic fared. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It'll massively, massively help me out. I do have a giveaway at the moment. It's mentioned on my community post and it's also mentioned over on my Twitter page. All you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and send me a screenshot. And once we hit 300 subscribers, I will be giving out a copy of Football Manager 2023 or a surprise shirts delivery. Again, thanks for watching and I will see you next time.